Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Discovering the true colors of a narcissist can be a moment of revelation, a light breaking through the shadows of manipulation and deceit, akin to a veil lifting on a carefully orchestrated performance. So, what unfolds when the narcissist realizes that their carefully crafted facade has been penetrated? Let's delve into the fascinating dynamics that come into play when you've cracked the code of a narcissistic individual. Picture the moment of realization, the subtle shift in their demeanor, the flicker in their eyes. It's the instant when the narcissist senses that you've seen behind the mask they wear so effortlessly. Narcissists possess an innate, almost supernatural ability to detect the subtlest shifts in your behavior, emotions, and even your thoughts. They have an astonishing knack for detecting when you're inching away from their grasp, even before you consciously realize it yourself. It's almost as if they have an intuitive radar, constantly scanning for any signs of your growing independence, self-respect, and self-worth. They will sense you're onto them when you start showing indifference to their manipulations or saying no to their demands. The moment you begin to take that step back, to reclaim your identity and assert your boundaries, their alarm bells start ringing. The narcissist, driven by their insatiable need for power and control, recognizes the looming prospect of losing their dominance over you. They become acutely aware that your increasing independence disrupts their established order, and this realization unnerves them. They perceive your autonomy as a threat, much like a predator senses its prey trying to escape the trap. And narcissists don't relinquish control easily. They have to make you feel out of control in order for them to feel in control. Once the mask slips, and the narcissist understands that you've seen beyond their veneer, a unique set of reactions begin to unfold. So, what happens when narcissists know you're onto them? Well, reactions will largely depend on the person, the situation, and the severity of their mental health condition. However, in nearly all cases, when a narcissist realizes you're onto them, they don't react well. They'll resort to the evilest tricks in the book, and you'll inadvertently get to see their true colors. Initially, responses may vary from defensiveness and denial to a sudden display of charm. It is essential to grasp this initial response to effectively navigate the subsequent stages. The question then becomes, what happens next? Once a narcissist knows you've seen through their mask, they may intensify their manipulation tactics. Narcissists are adept at protecting their self-image, and your newfound awareness poses a threat to the carefully constructed narrative they've woven. They might gaslight you, making you doubt the revelations you've uncovered, making it challenging for you to maintain your stance. They'll play with your emotions, intimidating you, exploiting your fears and insecurities. For instance, they may claim you'll end up alone or you won't find someone else. They will employ every effort necessary to get things back to their established order. They will resort to behaviors that have proven effective in the past. If intimidation was high on their success rate, they will come in strong with that. Alternatively, if guilt was their preferred method, you can expect an intensified dose of it. You can expect an intensified rendition of whatever has proven effective in the past. A narcissist is very persistent, and they won't relent until they make you concede and apologize for something you didn't do. They may try to intimidate you or use their power and influence to make you back down. They will manipulate you into accepting responsibility for their actions, conversely causing you to overlook the pain they had inflicted upon you. This phase can prove to be emotionally very challenging, as the narcissist frantically tries to regain control of the narrative. There will be threats, insults, and rage, anything to provoke a reaction from you. They might lash out verbally, emotionally, or even physically. The purpose is to elicit a toxic response from you, which they can then use to label you as the problem. They may assert that your impatience, unkindness, or perceived control issues are the root cause of all the problems. In their perspective, this validates their belief that your reaction proves you're the issue. In an attempt to bring you down, narcissists may try to level the playing field. They'll try to flip the script, highlight instances where you've acted undesirably so that they can label you as a toxic person as well. This tactic is designed to make you believe that you both are toxic, thereby normalizing their abusive behavior. But now you know better, and you remain unfazed with this behavior, recognizing that such manipulative tactics, which might have affected you in the past, no longer hold power over you. Now, upon realizing that you've discerned their true nature, a narcissist might choose to go silent on you. They employ silence as a tactic to induce feelings of guilt and remorse in you. Alternatively, they may vanish abruptly and cease all communication, leaving you in a state of confusion and uncertainty regarding the state of the relationship. Additionally, to get back at you, they may also spread rumors about you to ruin your reputation. They will lie and concoct narratives, depicting you as the antagonist in the relationship while distorting the truth about their own actions. This deliberate character assassination is intended to isolate you from your support system, fostering a greater dependence on them. They may also bring a third party into the relationship to evoke feelings of jealousy or inadequacy in you. This is their way of showing that they have other options, even if you've exposed them. Additionally, they may also intensify their search for a new relationship, in case you cut off their supply. When all of the above strategies prove ineffective, and their attempt to ensnare you falls short, then comes the apology. At this point, you might find yourself wondering whether the narcissist has truly changed and has finally seen the light. Let me tell you this, while it is a possibility, but it's highly unlikely. Therefore, it's essential to ready yourself for what is likely to be the most confusing stage, the victimhood cloaked as an apology. Now, they approach you in a state of deflation. You haven't yielded to their tactics. You've resisted their manipulation and remained steadfast, which is definitely commendable. However, it's crucial to be cautious not to confuse their deflated demeanor with surrender. This is the moment when they adeptly portray themselves as victims, because you've activated their shame response. If you previously dealt with an enraged narcissist, you might misinterpret their deflated state as a genuine change, thinking they have finally come to their senses. They might apologize, promise to change, or even act remorseful. This is the point which lands most people right back into the lion's den. You may think, we've turned a corner. God can redeem anyone, and perhaps my prayers are making a difference. However, it's essential to consider that this might be a strategic move. Your optimism should be rooted in the power of God, and not in their behavior. And, indeed, all things are possible with God, but God's power is not in question here. It's about the narcissist's behavior. So, how can you differentiate? The key is to give it time. Continue upholding your boundaries by resisting a return to the usual dynamics and observe their response. I understand that this is the hardest part, because you want to believe that they've changed. There's a wish to embrace the person you've always envisioned them to be. However, it's crucial to exercise patience. If they are genuinely repentant, they will recognize the need to put in substantial effort to rebuild your trust, and this process will inevitably take time. But, unfortunately, you soon realize that these changes are short-lived and their apology is likely nothing more than an improved manipulative attempt to get back into your good graces, to get things back to what they want. Now they are beginning to understand that you're not taking the bait, You're not intimidated by their threats and you no longer rely upon them for your emotional well-being, and their old tactics are proving ineffective. So they may apologize one moment but justify their behavior the next, and if you're not careful you're going to end up right back in the initial confusion phase. A piece of advice here: don't fall for it and don't let them weasel their way into your sanity, because the truth is, they're really not sorry. Oh, they're sorry that you figured them out, and their life was disrupted. Now, here's the pattern to watch out for. If they express repentance, and you don't swiftly welcome them back into your good graces, observe their subsequent actions. There's a likelihood that they will revert to the initial reaction you encountered in the beginning. Indeed, it comes a full circle, and the cycle of manipulation and control will continue. Narcissists are master manipulators with a talent for spinning situations and blaming everyone else for their misdeeds. They may shift blame and accuse you of being unforgiving. However, if you remain steadfast, God will show you with absolute clarity exactly what you're dealing with. Narcissists thrive on convenience. Make their life easy, and their behaviors easy, and they're good. Call them out, and watch the true colors emerge. Now, when the narcissist eventually realizes that their manipulative tactics are losing their effectiveness, they will retaliate by resorting to spiteful, vengeful actions, and more overt strategies. They might clean out your bank account, damage your possessions, expose your personal secrets, or even alienate you from your children. Their aim is to ruin your reputation and livelihood. Narcissists have no desire to put any effort into any relationship, and they honestly believe that their mere presence is a sufficient contribution. And if you have something they need, they'll likely try to deceive you into thinking they've changed. And if you don't have something they need, they are likely to exit the relationship. They may decide that you're not worth their time and they'd rather be out of the relationship. This is when they will discard you. They might disappear without a word or discard you as if you never mattered. This can be confusing and hurtful, but it is just another way they try to maintain their power and control. That being so, navigating the aftermath of revealing a narcissist's true self can be emotionally draining. You will undergo a roller coaster of emotions, from anger and frustration to sadness and confusion. It's essential to acknowledge and process these feelings, seeking support from trusted friends, family, or a mental health professional. The best thing to do when you've figured them out is not to confront them. Instead, prioritize your own safety. Confronting them may lead to more harm, as they could become vengeful or even violent when their mask is threatened. It's important to tread carefully when dealing with someone who has relied on a facade for most of their life. When the narcissist becomes aware that you have figured them out, it becomes risky to continue the relationship. As it is, being involved with a narcissist typically equates to being in an abusive relationship. If you live in an NPD household, and the afflicted party realizes you've figured them out, it may be time to move out. Their inclination to control may escalate, leading to an increasingly unhealthy environment. If a pathological narcissist becomes aware that you've figured them out, things could get really ugly. If you're married or have children together, it may be time to get your legal ducks in a row. Find an attorney who solely represents your interests, not one that's connected to the narcissist in any capacity. If you've entrusted any of your documents to your former narcissistic partner, it's advisable to make copies of all of them. However, you must exercise caution to avoid raising suspicions that you're planning to leave. Some narcissists are known to confiscate their partner's important documents to prevent them from departing. Therefore, it's crucial to be strategic and discreet in handling this matter. Life can be unpredictable, and having a reserve of emergency funds is always a prudent decision. It's especially crucial when dealing with a narcissist who may snap at any moment. If they explode, and you need to make a quick escape, having an account that they cannot drain or freeze could prove invaluable. While this advice may sound dramatic, you can never be too careful when it comes to a triggered narcissist. Keeping family and good friends in the loop is wise. However, we do not recommend posting about the situation on social media and alerting the world. In fact, that could have adverse consequences. Narcissists frequently use social media platforms to launch smear campaigns against individuals they perceive as threats, so it is advisable to block them on social media. They not only flood your public profiles and direct messages with derogatory comments but also contact your connections. It would also be advisable to inform your boss if the narcissist in your life poses a genuine threat. Additionally, adhere to the established protocols within your workplace. With these considerations in mind, confiding in someone at work could potentially be advantageous. While you plan your escape, it's imperative that they remain unaware. Certain narcissists have tendencies towards stalking, closely monitoring your every move and impeding any opportunity for escape. Therefore, as you contemplate confronting them or exiting the relationship, ensure you have a good support system backing you up. While the journey may be challenging, uncovering the truth about a narcissist is a crucial step towards healing. Your knowledge about them and their manipulative ways is not intended for their benefit. It's for you to understand your situation and realize that you deserve better. It may be painful to acknowledge, but it's also an opportunity for you to recognize that your relationship was merely an illusion, and the person you loved never truly existed. This realization empowers you to move towards a life of healing and cultivate healthy connections. In conclusion, figuring out a narcissist can be difficult, but it is important to remember that their behavior is not your fault. It is essential to set boundaries, prioritize your well-being, and seek support from trusted friends or professionals. While it may not be easy, it is possible to move on and create a life free from the narcissist's influence. So, I hope this helps you. If this content was helpful, please consider sharing and subscribing to my channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. Always feel free to share your experiences in the comment section below. I express my gratitude to everyone for tuning in and watching. Let us help spread the awareness and lead healthier and fulfilling lives.